Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for another very special edition of WOWSA Live. And we're here to introduce the class of 2021 for the Ireland Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame. Take it over, ladies.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
So welcome to the welcome to the introduction call for the Ireland Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame for the class of 2021. I'm Deirdre, and myself and Eilís coordinate the hall, so it gives us great pleasure to introduce and induct the class of 2021 today. We've got about 5 minutes before the inductees join us, so I'll give a quick intro to the Hall of Fame and the people we're expecting to join us today. We've also asked, when the new inductee class join in about 5 minutes, we'll have a bit of a chat with each of them, a bit of Q&A. And we've also asked the existing honorees of the Ireland Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame to join us a bit later if they're free. So that'll be the madness. Who knows what'll happen there. So the Ireland Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame was created in 2017. It recognises and honours the leading marathon swimmers and contributors to the sport in Ireland. The class of 2020, it serves as a historic record and provides heroes, heroines, role models for future generations. So the idea is really to acknowledge and inspire. The class of 2021 will join us shortly. And I'd just like to give a very quick intro to each of them in alphabetical order before they join, so we know a little bit more about them. We are also in the process of updating the online Hall of Fame, which is hosted on the ILDSA website. In the next few days, you'll be able to go there and read a bit more about the class and the existing Hall of Famers. So 2021, who have we got? So swim inductees, an absolutely legendary bunch. So Carol Cashell, fast marathon swimmer. She's the second fastest of people from Ireland to complete the Triple Crown of open water swimming. So she swam Manhattan Island Swim in 2013, the English Channel in 2017, and Catalina in the same year in 2017. She's also a pioneer on 11 new marathon swim courses, either as a solo or as a swim group. I always like the pioneers. That's way braver than I'd be. We've got Ray Cossum. So Ray is the first person from Ireland to swim the English Channel back in 1970, when, you know, things were just so different to what they are now. With work and other interests, he's uniquely familiar with the English Channel, above, below, in the middle. I don't know, he's done everything. He's done lots of other marathon swims, and he is a vice president of the Channel Swimming Association. Rachael is just super fast. She's the fastest female English Channel marathon swimmer from Ireland, setting a record in 2016 with a swim of 9 hours, 40 minutes. She has dominated the sports in Ireland for many years, winning races, setting records, absolutely brilliant stuff. Fionnuala Walsh is the first female from Ireland to complete the Triple Crown, English Channel 2012, Catalina 2013, and Manhattan 2014. Her English Channel adventures in 2012 are just astonishing, and I'm pretty sure we're going to touch on those a little bit later. Gibraltar this year. So obviously behind every great swim is an army of people who make things happen, whether it be coaches, event organization, all that sort of stuff, gurus. You know, it's really always exciting to induct these people into the hall. So we've got Donal Buckley from media, who really needs almost no introduction as the lone swimmer, educated so many marathon and open water swimmers since 2010, co-founder of the marathonswimmers.org and of the Global Rules of Marathon Swimming. Pádraig Mallon for administration has his fingers in many pies, founder of the Infinity Channel Swim Limited, which provides piloting, coaching for marathon swims, focused on North Channel, but does other stuff as well, and then Hit the Wall Ireland. He also finds time to be the chairperson of the ILDSA. Jacqueline McClelland, also for administration, again, heavily involved in the founding and running of many organizations, co-founder of Infinity Channel Swimming and Infinity Swim Academy, lead organizer and logistics manager of Hit the Wall, just the list goes on. So, you know, absolute congratulations to all of them. And I'm really hoping that some of them will start joining us now.
Here you go, we have you. Good on you. Can you hear us?
I can, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Everybody, can everybody hear? Is everybody able to hear sound?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, good.
Have we got Ray on yet?
Oh yeah, Ray. One more.
Ray is not on yet.
Right. Okay. So I think we'll start anyway on just for timing. I know his son Des was helping him to join, so fingers crossed they can join us at some point. And you know, as we go through things, we can bring them in later. So first of all, congratulations, welcome everyone, our class of 2021 for the Ireland Marathon Swimming Hall.
All of you, well done, guys, well done. Amazing, amazing. You're just all amazing. So you're just great.
I know normally we do. Normally we do like the induction as part of the ILDSA awards, but this year is a little bit different. So hopefully this will work okay over Zoom. Honestly, my Zoom is being really weird this morning, so Eilís will step in if I disappear. But I've got my fingers crossed that we'll all work this through. So what we were sort of thinking was myself and Eilís will alternate asking each of you some questions, hopefully not putting you on the spot too much. And then at 1:30, we've invited existing honorees to come and join, say hello if they're free. That might only be Ned. He's the only one who's replied to me. And we'll see what sort of madness ensues at that point. And yeah, fingers crossed it all works out.
Yeah, and just enjoy it, lads. Just enjoy it, you know, whatever. And whatever you want to answer, fine. If you want to add something in, that's fine too. You know, just be, you know, we're just delighted that you're getting this award, and we're delighted that you're being honored in this way, and it's the best that we could possibly come up with. So it's taken time, but we're here, and that's the main thing. So go on with it, Dee, with your cup of coffee.
She might be
Yeah,
stuck.
so,
You okay,
sorry,
Deirdre?
so I was going to start with Carol. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can, yeah.
Okay, I've just made it really, really small. And so I was going to start with Carol. So first of all, congratulations, Carol. I just want to ask you, which of your first ever marathon swims are you most proud of, and why?
Of the earlier ones that I did, probably Lake Zurich. It's probably the one that I learned the most from. It's the one that I stepped up to do, that was going to be over my 25k mark, but it's also the one that I learned the most about nutrition, about pre-swim, post-swim. I learned more from that one that I was definitely able to take into other swims after that. There was a lot of things that I definitely could have done better for that swim and on that day. So yeah, but look, you learn something from everything you do, but I definitely learned the most from that I came out completely undernourished. Like I hadn't fed properly, and I was just a huge learning thing to stop listening to others and work to my own plan. And it was, yes, take advice from others, but you've got to work with what suits you best. And I hadn't done that. And from that day onwards, I learned to use my own feed plan and to what works for me.
Cool. And then for your English Channel swim, you beat Owen O'Keefe's Cork record by 1 minute. Has he forgiven you? I mean, you know, rivalry there, or have, you know, what sort of fun and crack do you have around those sorts of rivalry?
Oh yeah, I would actually say he was the first person to ring the boat when he saw the time go up on social media. I actually do think he was the first person. But he said it. He said he knew from about maybe 9 hours in that he was squeaky bum time, and I didn't know. And he just said that, look, we're all the same. Records are there to be broken. We set them. Let somebody break them. Let them be a target for someone, by all means. But I'd actually say he was one of the first people to get in contact with me, and he was just like 1 minute, and he was just like, fair dues. He's just like, you couldn't match it, you couldn't go a minute over, you were 1 minute under. But he was genuinely, I'd say he forgave me on the spot.
No, he didn't.
I'm telling myself that anyway.
And look, how can we look to encourage other people to strive for this kind of excellence in swimming?
I think it's to tell people not to be afraid to try things. You know, we're not perfect. We all had things that we needed to learn along the way. we didn't come to all this naturally and easily. And, you know, we've learned so many things from did not finishes, from non-starts, from things that could have gone better. And I just think it's a thing that people be okay to learn as you go. Don't expect perfection when you start out in this type of stuff. It's endless, and it's rewarding, and it's brilliant, and it's non-stop. And go with it, you know, like, so you want people to not be afraid to try. You're going to have bumps in the road, you're going to have failures along the way. That is the nature of our sport. But like, strive, and all you can do is try and keep going, learn, move on, next. Don't dwell on it. Do not dwell on what doesn't go right. You cannot let the wrongs get you down at all. So I think people just need to stick with it.
Thanks, Ray.
Thanks there, Carol. I see Ray has just joined us, so welcome, Ray.
Hi, Ray. Welcome.
They're talking to you, Ray.
They're talking to you.
And
Hello
congratulations.
there. Yes, wonderful to hear your voices. Yeah, that's
You
great.
can hear us. Can you hear us, Ray?
I can
There
hear clear now.
Can't see you.
So maybe, Eilís,
Congratulations,
do you want
Ray,
to have
on
a
your
word? Do
award.
you want to
Yeah,
speak to?
We can't see you, Deirdre, or we can't see you yet. We can hear you.
Yeah, I think my computer's having a few problems, but Eilís is going to talk to Fionnuala, and then we'll talk to Ray then for a bit.
Okay. Hi, Fionnuala.
Hi, Eilís. Hi, everyone.
Good to see you. So, how are you feeling?
Yeah, great, thanks. I think actually the last time I saw you was in Santiago de Compostela, at the end of
as a
2 months Camino. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I was there now, girl. I could tell you.
Oh, Mr. Freshen, absolutely.
I tell you. Listen to me. Just to say, you were the first female in Ireland to complete the Triple Crown and receive a golden crown. Tell us about the accomplishment. I know there were some highs and lows on that journey. So could you tell us that's why you ended up in Santiago de Compostela, was it?
Well, I suppose there were a lot of lows in 2012. Anything basically, I don't think I was ever supposed to be anywhere near the English Channel, and you know, there was a lot in the public domain, I suppose, especially the fog. But I suppose maybe it was kind of maybe the stuff that wasn't in the public domain that was a lot more challenging, you know. But the thing is, there were so many highs along the way. That, and for me, the highs would probably be the 6-hour swims, whether they were in Malta, Majorca, Kinsale, Carlingford, Dover Harbour, and the fun celebrating after them. You know, that would always be, you know, the thing for me. The 6-hour swims were amazing. Very fortunate. Had a magnificent, beautiful, stunning swim in California with an A-list crew. And then I suppose the pinnacle was in New York. Deirdre was there that day, and I feel one of the most privileged people in the world to have swum around Manhattan and to have 2 healthy, loving parents at the finish line, and my elder sister Maeve, my elder sister Sinead was with me. So it was just, yeah, like there were so many highs. I mean, a lot of people here, we raced together in Beganish years ago, and the crack afterwards, you know, it was fantastic. Yeah, so I try not to. Yeah, the highs definitely there were lots of them.
Okay, cool. And tell me, you beat the Ireland speed record for the Strait of Gibraltar. Who were the first 5 people in the marathon swimming community you told?
Okay, well, my sister Maeve was on the boat with me. She doesn't swim, and I would have called my other sister Sinead. Then after that, I probably didn't do a whole lot of calling because myself and Maeve were just kind of enjoying the moment. But the first call, probably once I had, you know, a couple of cervezas to celebrate, would have been my long-term Cork friend, Jennifer Lane, my bestest buddies that I've been swimming with for years, Andrea Newport and Rosie Foley, who are now Channel swimmers. Then I did have to make a call to a gentleman by the name of Mr. Ned Denison, who was on the tandem swim of the record that I broke by 1 minute. Has been mentioned earlier on this call, and 1 minute is very important. And then I've probably the last kind of calls would have been to I've 2 swim track kind of friends. My first 6-hour swim was in Malta, and they were with me in the most harrowing moments of my marathon swimming career, and I would have called them to, you know, celebrate the good things. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
I wouldn't
very
have
good.
ever been. I'm never in a rush to be kind of doing that kind of stuff. You know, I'm kind of low-key kind of person.
Oh yeah. But you know what's great, Dee? You enjoy. It sounds like you had fun and you enjoyed it, and the parties afterwards were you know, what was your goal at the end of the day? You got your swims and you enjoyed it, but that's fantastic.
Well, we all know it's tough, you know, and I suppose there's an awful lot of people sensationalize kind of things, and we know it's tough. I've had it tougher than anyone could ever imagine, but I've also had an awful lot of fun. And
the reward at the end was worth it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well done. Well, congratulations.
Thank you, Eilís.
Fionnuala. And I'll send over to Deirdre now and see what she's up to.
Yeah, hopefully you can still see me, hear me. So Ray, are you
Yes, I'm here. Just about. Okay, your voice.
So Ray, you started all of this back in 1970 as the first person from Ireland to complete the English Channel. 50 years later, there's, well, I think 108 of us, probably still going up all the time. Well, not now, off season. Did you ever imagine at that time that it would take off like this?
Never would have dreamt it. I was thrilled about it. I'm such a lucky human being to have been interviewed now about this. And where Ireland's come on leaps and bounds, it's just tremendous. I'm thrilled a bit. I'm speechless for a change.
Oh.
And it's marvellous to be here. Thanks for everybody out there who does what they do. Even the garden party.
It's our honour. It's our honour.
Even the garden party a few years back with Mary McClelland and Tisha, that was wonderful. Way ahead of its time. To where we are now, it's just, to me, it's
people like that.
Incredible.
Happen, isn't it?
Wonderful people like yourselves doing what you do. Not only keeping ahead with the people, keeping ahead. And it's just marvellous to see where marathon swimming expanded so much. It's beyond my comprehension. It's just wonderful. And for a change, I'm lost for words, so excuse me.
And you yourself, I mean, you've done a lot in other ways, but you've also been a vice president of the Channel Swimming Association for many, many years now. And I'm sure you've
very lucky.
Lots of stuff.
I've seen all the different
what sort of highlights do you have?
Well, seeing the different presidents come along and secretaries and all that, and developing even in that part of the world, like but just even when my son and myself took a team over that broke the world record for the channel for 16 and under, 6 swimmers relay.
4-wheel swimming too.
Yeah. Oh yes, yeah. So we've been so lucky.
Oh, we're just lucky to have you here, and to be honest, absolute congratulations. And I know Jacqueline got the cert over to you and everything. It's fantastic that you're able to join us today.
I could
certificate.
Yeah,
you've got it up on the wall, the cert.
Oh yes, it's I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you? It's just behind me. Oh, wonderful! I feel like running up and down the street with it above my head. It was just marvellous. I couldn't overstate it enough. I was so thrilled of it. I never dropped.
It's in pride of place, Ray.
Oh,
it's over your right shoulder, a pride of place. You're an influence to all of us.
And I shouldn't say that, but the channel, I actually worked under the channel as a commercial diver, so to see it from different aspects, it's been wonderful to me, incredible.
Incredible.
Thanks
well
done. Congratulations. Eilís, do you want to take over? Have a word with
Rachel?
Yeah,
Rachael. How's Rachael doing over there?
Good. Listen. Yeah, great to see you all.
Yeah, you too. Listen to me. You've been one of the champions of the Leinster Open Sea, and about 2 decades. What motivated you to add marathon swimming? I know you from old, and I know you from other amazing swims.
I think it's just the natural progression, and just seeing other people doing it, and just wanting to, loving being in the water, and just wanting to keep going. Also quite influenced by your friends and other people that you see it. So yeah, I think that was pretty much the driving force. And then once you find something that you like and you're good at, you just want to do more.
And do more. Tell us about your experience representing Ireland in international open water events.
A long time ago. I think I was a lot younger then, and I wish I had the knowledge and maybe the focus that I have now. But yeah, it was a pure honor, and it was very intimidating, but at the same time, nothing to lose, so more to gain. And it was a fantastic experience, and I'm very honored to have achieved that and to be able to do that. And I really hope that the caliber in Irish swimming goes into open water swimming, and that we can have more young, fast swimmers coming up the ranks that can do it, not just when they decide to leave swimming. So I hope that will be the future of Irish swimming, so we can see more doing it.
Absolutely, sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Like any other, some sports people think swimming can be cliquish. How can we encourage other sea swimmers, as you're saying, especially as some of them, you know, like you hear about the news of sea swimming and stuff like that this year, it's all over the news, sea people are going to the sea. How could we like stop it from becoming cliquish? Some people think that it is. What do you think?
Well, I actually don't think it is, because I was swimming this morning and I couldn't get over the community spirit that's there now. And I think the likes of now in the time of the pandemic that we're in, we can only swim if it's safe to do so, and within our 5K, wherever we are. And I think the way, like, there's a lot of people out there, they're all like trying to clean up the seas, and they're just getting in for the dip, for their mental health, to feel good. And I think more than ever, I've never seen as many people go into the open water and talk. You can see a lot of people are talking about the safety in open water swimming, and I think it's becoming more of a it's I don't know, it's like the done thing. Like, it's the new yoga, everybody wants to do it, wants to be it. And I think I think again, it's about bringing younger swimmers in, you know, and and having open water swimming from a young age and getting to know people. But I have to say, the last few months, I've seen a massive community spirit encompassing everyone, so I'm very proud to see it.
Yeah, it's as Fionnuala said, you know, there's a bit of, like, you do a bit of hard work, but there's a bit of fun at the end of it, and there's a lot to gain from the hard work and from getting involved, whether it's a small piece of swimming or a big swim or little bobbing up and down.
And I think that's the thing about it, why we all can swim. It's not about records, or it's about, you know, whether some people, their channel might just be getting in swimming 50 meters, and I think we have to encourage whatever anybody wants to do, you know, whether it's a wetsuit, non-wetsuit, it should just be about swimming safely and having fun.
Absolutely, I agree. Well done, congratulations.
Thanks, guys, lovely to see you all.
You too.
Lovely to see you.
Go for it, Dee.
So Donal, you're being inducted in as a media contributor, you know, for the Lone Swimmer webpage. How did you come up with that Lone Swimmer name? Where did that come from?
Well, that was just obviously that when shortly after I started, I very quickly ran out of anyone to swim with. The couple of people that I started with, or the friend who got me started, was swimming slower and shorter. And although we have a long established swimming area on the Copper Coast, there wasn't anybody who was doing more than, you know, a couple of 100 meters. So I said, right, you know, I mean, I'd been swimming a few years when I started the site, and I said, okay, everybody all was talking about rule number 1, and I think rule number 1 of open water swimming is wrong. So I said, okay, lone swimmer. And the other thing was, you know, I mean, I was swimming with the guys in Down Cork and Sandy Cove a lot, and I was obviously learning from Ned and from Eilís and Rob Ahan, and I went, well, that's okay, but there's got to be a lot of people out there who are like me, who don't have a support network, who don't have friends, who want to learn more. And, you know, as I was trying to figure things out, as I was learning things and trying to figure a lot of stuff out myself, I just wanted to kind of share that. And it's kind of maybe the other side. I'm a really big believer in kind of information wants to be free to a large degree. And just, you know, when I started, there was very little information. You know, there's a lot more now. So.
And you've written about so many different subjects over the years. Which subject have you enjoyed writing about? I guess some must have required lots of research.
Yeah, well, I mean, what the site has become best known for is for writing about cold water. What I was seeing, and I, as I've often said, I don't by any stretch of the imagination consider myself a great cold water swimmer, but I think I have an, you know, I'm an engineer, and I think I bring the kind of aspect of trying to figure things out in detail, either from existing research or from observation. And you know, I like to be able to combine those. So that was the Bible of open water swimming was something that people were saying about the site when I started to use it. I had never said it myself. So after seeing it in links and people writing to me all the time, I started to use it because I thought it was funny. I saw it in 1 week on both Terry Loughlin's site and on the Swimsuit Smooth site, and I went, all right, well, given the record between the two of those, that's probably as good as I'm going to get. So yeah, I mean, there's been a, you know, early on, I think it was a little bit more documentarian. For the last 7 or 8 years, I've been much more interested in kind of writing about the experiential side and adding that into trying to teach people different things. I think as a sport, we fail a lot of the time in looking at, we talk about safety, but we're not very good at understanding it or understanding what that needs to encompass, and encouraging a really safety orientated, land-based mindset, which is an odd thing to say for swimming, because as I say, as I've said many times on the site, you know, your safety is done on land, it's not done in the water. It's too late by that stage. And that's what I think should be the number one rule of open water swimming, really. So it's less about whether you swim by yourself or whether you swim with others, so long as what you're doing is swimming within your knowledge and your experience. So that's really what I've tried to do. There have been a huge amount of highlights. I get a fairly constant stream of correspondence from around the world, people thanking me or people asking me questions, which I'm always happy to say. I don't think I could pick any one particular subject, except maybe how cold feels for me, because cold continues to inspire me, which I kind of dread every winter, and then the cold comes and I go, all right, okay, I found something else to write about. And night swimming, I wrote one about night swimming once that went ballistic. I've had quite a few that get really popular. So yeah, I like it to be the whole thing. What's a whole swimmer's life? It's not just swimming. It's you know, it's the friends you make, it's the achievements, it's the failures, it's your life outside of the water, when you're trying to get into the water, what happens when you get out. It's the whole swimmer's life. And I think that's really, if I was to boil it down, I think that would probably be it.
That's a good way to end there, Donal. No, congratulations. It's fantastic seeing the whole.
Thank you.
Eilís, I think, are you going to have a quick word with Pádraig?
Pádraig, hi Pádraig, how are you? How are you doing?
He's still driving.
No, sorry about that. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah. Okay, so as an accomplished marathon swimmer, you could focus on just yourself. But as an honor administrator, you need to worry about and organize hundreds of swimmers, pilots, kayakers, and other administrators every year. Is anything about organizing easier than swimming? Big question.
It's totally different. It's a totally different experience. You know, I enjoy organizing because we've got an amazing team around us of professionals. You've got a lot more pressure. You know, if you're in charge, there's a lot more pressure that everything is done correctly and the procedures are followed and risk assessments are implemented, and yeah, it can be a lot of pressure, but it can also be very, very fulfilling, you know, to see people achieve some amazing things, you know, like a challenge swim, or it could be a 300-meter swim for a 7-year-old child in open water. So it's got huge ups and downs, and it can be it's an amazing sport in the water or on the water. It's just fantastic to be a part of it, you know. So I've been lucky to experience some longer swims that's helped me to understand how to improve being a pilot or being a crew or the team around a swimmer. As we all know, a swimmer's only one corner of the building when it comes to a swim. So yeah, I've been so lucky to be a part of the overall community of open water swimming.
Yeah, I suppose you can actually, even following through from what Donal had said already about, you know, about the safety of it. It's not just about in the water. You're actually saying it there at yourself, like that it's a huge responsibility. And then sometimes it's like, do we have people like that will take that responsibility? And that's the problem. That's, I think, to answer Donal's question about safety on land, it's like, you know, who's willing to do that? And that's a huge ask, you know. So, you know,
Yeah.
well done to you for doing that. And, you know, this is partly why you're being honoured, you know, in this way, because of your contribution to that. And if you were to focus on just one, the ILDSA chair, North Channel piloting, hit the wall, which would you choose and why?
I think it would have to be not North Channel piloting, but piloting in general. You need so many different things to happen for a challenge swim to succeed, and it doesn't always get into the water, never mind succeed. So there's so many things are planned: the swimmer, the boat, the crew, the weather, the currents, the tides, the jellyfish. You know, so it's so many things mixed up. So it'd probably be, and the amount of research that goes into courses and challenge swims is pretty in depth, and that all mixed together is, I love the challenge of it, the adventure of it, you know, and I suppose that's what really pushes me to my limits now in the adventure that I have with open water swimming. So that it would need to be challenge swimming. You know, some of the longer swims like Holyhead to Dublin was amazing to achieve. You know, the swimmers were fantastic, and the weather was fantastic. The course just worked out well. And then sometimes we get our ass kicked and we need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what went wrong, why did it go wrong, and how can we improve and better our approach to each individual route or our crew, or, you know, do we need to inform the swimmers different, or, you know, so we're all the time learning. And I think that learning journey is for all of us is beautiful.
Absolutely. No, fantastic. It's great listening to everybody. Actually, it's nice to hear all the different stories, and it's nice to hear what you're saying. It's nice to hear it from both sides, from what you're saying. You know, there's a nice lead on from everybody here. So, Deirdre, you're going to talk to Jacqueline. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Pádraig, for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Jacqueline, congratulations. So, I mean, you've been involved in so many swims over the years. Which has been your favourite marathon experience and why?
Hello, everyone, and congratulations. Hi, Ned, and hello to Ray. Nice to meet you, Ray.
One would be doing what I'm doing. I just comprehend how far it would advance in marathon swimming. It's just incredible. I'm thrilled a bit. I couldn't even imagine I dreamt this a few years ago when I started long distance swimming in 1964. And even local people thought I was mad. And now when I see the development, it's just unbelievable. I'm so proud and delighted to live to see this day. And thank you for doing what you're doing. It's just marvellous. It's icing on the cake, literally. I'm thrilled a bit.
Deirdre, thank you. So
very, very lucky person, even to be doing what I'm doing, be able to communicate in my own home to this outside world. For a man who's nearly 90, but you can imagine the leap forward in technology now and all this. It's just brilliant, you know, with satellite navigation and the rest of it, just so thrilling. And it's a trouble even keep up with it all, like, you know.
It's super to hear, Ray.
Right, she's trying to talk.
Thank you, Ray. Deirdre, thank you. It was lovely to hear about that, Ray. Thank you. So, Deirdre, as part of Infinity Team, I must say I have had an opportunity to travel all over the world and be crew for swims and be part of swims. What was the most thrilling probably was the opportunity to go and crew for Amy in the Fairlawns in San Francisco, which unfortunately was blown out, but there was a great story or a book to be read about The Devil's Teeth, which talked about the sharks that lived at the Furlongs, which Amy was quite willing to accept as part of her journey. And there is a part of the year when they're not at home, and that was when the window for the swim was. So, but looking back on Kimberly's swim and the successes and the trials and tribulations of the other swimmers was certainly a thrilling experience. I can't go past my joy of the successes on the North Channel and everything that's, as Pádraig says, it brings, and channel swimming in general, and all of the people here today, you know, looking at their journeys and their stories. So that's a place we call home, and it's on our shores. So I think that's my favorite place to be.
And just like the North Channel is a very, very tough swim. I jokingly with the group of people I swim with, we call it the grown-up swim. And some swimmers have had issues post-swim, which gets a lot of media attention. How do you manage that and the pressure that must be sort of on you for that? Did I break up there a bit?
No, I got your question, and thank you. So I think the most important thing is to have a knowledgeable head, and also to have a very level head, and also to have people in the background that have your back as well. And I am very thankful to both the English Channel Swimming Association and to Ned, always on the end of the phone, and obviously Pádraig's knowledge as well. And we haven't been without opportunity to have press reporting or unwell swimmers after the North Channel crossings, which comes with the risk that's taken as part of that swim. And a tiller for one who had an amazing journey and a trial and tribulations journey can come back and, you know, talk so beautifully about his adventure and thank the people who probably challenged him the most. But being prepared for every angle, and I'm sure Donal will support me here, and the different opportunities that people will take to try and sort of sway you in different ways, or give their opinion on what exactly is the facts, and being able to deal with them in a methodical and a professional way. So I think being prepared, as I say, and knowing what to say and saying it right, that it won't please everyone, but just accepting that's how we see it, and that's the way it is. So hopefully that answers that for you.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Thank you very much, Jacqueline, and congratulations. And I think we've now had a few other honorees joining us, so I think I'll probably, some people seem to be out, some of them, I don't know if they're muted themselves or if Steve's been muting them or they've been arriving mute, but maybe we can take them off mute and we can do sort of proper congratulations across the board for the class of 2021.
Welcome, folks.
You are all unmuted now.
Okay. Lads, just to say, you know, well done to all of you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, guys, from me to everyone, and congrats to everybody else.
Yeah, lovely to see familiar faces amongst everybody and some new faces.
I'm the luckiest person in the world to be sitting here, so through the bits beyond belief. You have no idea. But to see all this development and listen to it all, it's just marvelous.
Hey, Ray, could you ever imagine 100 people followed your wake?
Never could have dreamt it, and what a thrill this is. You know, you'd have to be to get the feeling from way back when I used to be training, indoor training in the heart of the Buckley and Derry, you know, and indoor swimming. But then to be here literally doing what all these people have done, and the technology and everything else, I'm so thrilled about it. I'm such a lucky human being. Thank you very much.
So Ray, it's Conor here. I've just looked up, I think it's 17 years since we last spent any time together. One of my, I guess, kind of proudest possessions is this, which was the booklet that we produced for the day when we went to Ardenukteron to have the reception with Mary Eilís. And at the time, everyone from Ireland who had swum the channel was invited. And what's great about this, at the time there was 17, so the last swimmer who was on was Jim Swift in his swim in September 2002. But I think of the 17 people who were invited, I've got a booklet here signed by 14 of those swimmers. So everybody from kind of Ted Keenan and Ray himself. So it's something that I hold on to and is very, very special to me, Ray. So it's great to see you again, because that was quite the day we had back in 2003.
Even that was marvellous, and thank you very much. I have to say that you have no idea how much I feel, and the technical side of things and whatever, and the communications and all this, you know, and it's been a wonderful experience. I could have never, ever dreamt it. And to live this day, doing what I'm doing, as my dream come true. Now you can beam me up, Doc, because it's just been marvellous.
Well, Ray, you've been an inspiration to many, and you will be an inspiration down the line to many, many, many more thousands of swimmers who will follow in your footsteps. So well done, and congratulations from all of us.
Thanks a million. Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
I'd like to get your autograph, Ray.
I didn't know your autographs. You're ahead of me. It's been marvellous. I don't keep saying the same thing, but the technology and all this, as well as doing what you're doing, such leaps and bounds, is incredible. When you think of 56 years ago, when I first started long distance swimming, and to this day now to hear this, I think I need to pinch myself. I'm dreaming it, like, you know, no, thank God I'm not. It's marvellous. Ireland, Ireland, Ireland. You know, great. You know, all marvellous people. I love every one of it.
Well done, Ray.
Ned, do you want to say some words?
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
Sorry, I'd like to compliment Eilís and Deirdre and Steve Munatonis. Having you all together, I can't wait to watch the video when you kind of see the faces pop up in the reaction. Fionnuala, you've been very quiet now. You've been very quiet, Fionnuala, and you know, hopefully we'll have a chance to all get together and welcome you into this special club properly. And Ray, just to let you be forewarned, Pádraig tries to sign everybody up for a North Channel swim. So you want to make sure you're never alone with Pádraig, okay? Congratulations, everybody.
It's fantastic. I hate to keep repeating myself. No, I don't. I love to repeat myself because I can't believe it all. But one day I wake up and say, it was a dream. No, it's a reality. And thank you, all of you. It's just wonderful what you've done. It's just mind-boggling.
And on behalf of
as usual. Sorry.
On behalf of the global open water swimming community, all of you are treasured gems of the community, and please continue to do the great work being ambassadors and swimmers and mentors to everyone, not only in Ireland, but around the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for that. Thanks a million. That's very good.
Marvelous.
So Steve has stopped. Steve